Origin Chance, Home CG Reaction. This is worst types of kids in high school featuring Pokemon Double G. This was a channel offending everybody. Love the title of the channel. I already watched one video about from this channel, and there is another video which I don't know how is on YouTube, and YouTube didn't go insane. I'm literally afraid of reacting to it. But yeah, this is about the worst type of kids. I don't know how this is gonna go either. But yeah, I like where this is going, right? Offending everybody should be like the thing people are like focusing on today, because speech is one thing that's becoming like much bigger of an issue, right? Everywhere, like don't say this, don't say this. Like, come on, do people are forgetting free speech, how important that is? But yeah, there's difference between like using free speech as like the way it's supposed to, and just like just being completely like I don't know how to say it, like racist and things like that, right? People assume like everything's like, even the comedians, when they joke, people get pissed. Like, you do realize this is comedy, right? Like, do people understand context, right? It's like Gandhi's 3 monkeys, right? Don't hear anything, don't see anything, don't speak anything. Like, that's where the world is going now. Come on. Let's watch this one. Remember to reflect my reaction. Don't forget to subscribe, so that way you'll be supporting this channel, supporting the algorithm, I guess, and that way I'll know what type of videos to watch. Comment down if you want to react to specific videos, and yeah, let's watch it.
Who are the worst types of kids in high school? Is it ghetto girls? Hoop earrings, fake nails, head movements like a rooster when they're upset? Usually called white names, just pronounced poorly? No, it's Stephanie. Talks trash about other girls' hair when hers looks like she got it from My Autistic Pony. Thinks they're hot when the only thing flaming is that allergic to latex cooter. Is it Discord mods? Kids with an overly inflated ego from having the tiniest bit of power. They think they're cool when they're really just an Uncle Tom for a successful YouTuber. Jay Schlatt doesn't ask twice. Okay. Is it the gym rat? First kid you've ever seen with back knee. Refuses to tilt while walking through the hallway. Grunts while working out to let you...
Okay, first of all, if whatever gym rat you're looking at has back acne or whatever, yeah, that guy's putting jamba juice in his veins or something, because that's steroid use. If you have back acne, that's basically through steroids. I know some people defend it like, oh, because you work out too much, your hormones are going up and down, you have a lot of testosterone. That doesn't. No, that doesn't. Right. I went through like a intense working out phase. I never had back acne, so that shit doesn't happen unless you're like putting steroids in. So that's one of the most, one of the telltale sign basically. When you see like the insanely jacked people putting their photos on, and you see like insane back acne, it's like, yeah, I know what you're doing, man. I know what you're doing.
You know who's the alpha? Is it the teacher's pet? You know, the kid that raises their hand at the end of class to tell the teacher she forgot to sign homework? I mean, have you ever wanted to bully a kid more? How dare you make it so I have 15 minutes less to play Minecraft?
But homework will help us learn.
No, you're about to learn today, sweet cheeks. Is it my first facial hair? The kid that thinks he's a man because he can now grow a few whiskers above his lip? Thinks he looks like Zac Efron when he really looks like... Get in the back of the van, John. Is it bullies? Yes. The kids who pick on others in order to deflect from their own insecurities. Remember, they're not beating you up for being gay. They're just trying to beat the gay out of themselves. Is it the person...
Yeah, it will start the kind of the bullies, let's be honest, because like they have like this kind of issues, that's psychological issue, great, but the problem with the high school, and if you're a kid around it basically, like if bully is trying to basically hit you, if you hit it back, it's like you're also in trouble. Like, it's never okay to basically hit somebody. You should have come to the teacher, you should have come to the whatever, like dean, principal. Yeah, while being hit, I should have done that. What the fuck you're about? So this, like, one time it always surprises me, like defending yourself is the issue, right? You shouldn't have hit back. Like, what the fuck you mean? I should have got a hit myself and that's it. Should have taken it. Is that what you're saying? So if you like defend yourself, you're in trouble as well, and they're gonna do it again and again because they're fucked. Basically, that's what we come to conclusion. They're psychological fucked for whatever reason, right? Whatever shit is happening in their home, whatever, right? So I guess we are gonna be the affected by it. That's the fucked up thing.
Most likely to join a cult. You know, the people that idolize a narcissist whose only goals are money, power, and to sleep with underage girls who can keep a secret. These kids just want a community to belong to, which comes at the low cost of their silent obedience. Is it pork chops? The greasy walrus-like creatures that have completely given up on their bodies. Tells people body shaming is wrong, asks to use the elevator during fire drills, gets upset when only one butt cheek fits in their chair. These kids are barely even people. They're basically just flesh vacuums for overprocessed food.
What the fuck?
Is it the artsy kid?
Okay, look, man, this is just like the bullying kids, right? The one who bullies. This is also a psychological issue. If you eat that much, like we know, like stress eating is a thing, right? Now, fat shaming is not a good thing, right? But there's a difference between fat shaming and fat acceptance. It's a health issue. I don't know why people don't understand that. I don't know how people can say, oh, this is my life. No, what the fuck you on about? Overeating is literally like your body is literally, shutting down at this point, right? Nobody's going to shame you. You're an adult. Like, what does that mean? Like, what are we, children, right? Okay, this is over high school. But in general, like, what are we, children? What does this shaming even mean? It's like, smoking, tobacco shaming. Like, what you talking about, right? Like, nobody's going to say anything. But, if somebody just mentions like, oh, this is not good. Like, even if you, like, there was this thing like, don't weigh me. That's the thing now in America. Apparently, like they give like this kind of like fucking card to doctors. Don't weigh me. The fuck you on about? That's important to your health. It's a doctor. Doctor's gonna give you advice like eat less. Like that doesn't mean shaming. That literally means like okay, get control of yourself. What the fuck? I seriously don't understand none of that. Like how people can basically again like I said like three monkeys. Like that's where we are going. Extreme version of everything, right? We should tolerate everything. Like it's not healthy and it's like there's more nuance to it. What the fuck we don't understand nuance, right? Complete extreme version of everything. Acceptance doesn't mean just like complete like either left or complete right, complete fucking things up. Like there's a reason we are humans. We can understand complex things. There are layers to things. What the fuck?
Kids who create gorgeous pieces of art that will later be stolen by AI programs. These guys are like Heath Ledger. They have tons of talent, but they're too busy sleeping. Is it the army recruit? The kid that judges what women...
People like art is the one thing that AI will never do because art requires this and that. And before they even finish the sentence, AI can suddenly come up with some kind of a mix of a Mona Lisa and God knows something. They're like, there you go, art. And people are like, what the fuck?
do with their bodies while simultaneously letting the government decide what's done with his. Talks about made-up threats to our country like wokeism and CRT while disregarding the military-industrial complex. Convinces himself he's not a scared teenager who doesn't know what to do with his life and is just looking for someone to make decisions for him. No, it's just I love America too damn much! Is it the butterface? The girl that would be a 10 if it wasn't for that Down syndrome Bella Ramsey face. You go from hard to flaccid every time she turns around. Your guy friends bust her chops for hitting on her. The only thing you care about is busting on her chops. Is it the overachiever?
All the features are perfect, but just lefting one. Oh my god, don't turn around. This is so fucked up, man. This is like one of the hardcore channel I've seen so far.
The kid in multiple honor classes, sports, and clubs, also known as the kid with Asian parents. They're always studying for exams like their life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Is it the secretly racist kids? Listens to Tucker Carlson, calls anyone that disagrees with him sheep. Favorite phrase is, I'm not racist, but always mentions our culture is at stake, when what they really mean is there's a few new black people in town. What is happening to America? Is it the shy 10? The quiet girl that doesn't realize she hit the genetic lottery during puberty. Her fun bags are at max, and her trunk is so big, when she sits down, she gets taller. She tends to keep to herself, which is perfect, because that means less competition. Now's the time to make offhanded comments about her appearance that will result in years, if not decades, of unresolved insecurities. Hey, your dimples are really big. Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just odd. Lower her already low self-esteem so she feels like you're the best she can do. Is it the student who brags about sleeping with a teacher? Kids can't keep a secret, let alone...
That is so true, the last one he said, right? There are way too many people who deliberately lower down self-esteem of people just so they know they can be like settle for them or shit. You see that a lot and it's just like, what the fuck? First of all, like, I mean, like, you know, the person has to be stupid if they can be manipulated and gaslighted like that in the first place. But even then, you're like, come on, man, it's just fucked up. Whenever you see something like that, come on. This is just so horrible. It always leads to something fucked up, man. It never ends well.
One as juicy as pork and Miss Sullivan. Now, sure, she's a pedo who deserves to be tarred and feathered, but I'm not going to tell my homie that. Why give him childhood trauma that will impact all his future
South Park
relationships
episode
when I can give him high fives instead? Is it that kid that died drinking and driving? You know the kid that used to bully you, and now everyone's pretending he's a saint? Halo around his portrait at the funeral? Really? 11 shots of Jaeger, driving 100 miles an hour with no seatbelt, and that's God's chosen child? Okay. Now, like Muslims on 9/11, you gotta pretend to be sad, when you're really just fighting the urge to giggle. Is it special ed kids? You know the kids that can't take a piss without biting their own...
Okay, I don't get it, like subliminal message. Like first I've seen about that, like, you know, the girl who's sitting, you know, like all by herself and lowering self-esteem. Why did he use the black men basically there? Like, I'm like, maybe there's something there. Now he's like talking about Muslim in 9/11 and, you know, those like Punjabi guy, like, you know, because of Hindu or something. I don't know, Sikh, Hindu, whatever. Is he pointing to something? Is he trying to offend everybody? I don't know.
Own tongue. They're always disrupting class at inappropriate times. Everyone, I know today is going to be tough, knowing Billy died in a drinking and driving accident, but it's important we get through this together. Is it the talentless influencer? The kids who have no discernible talent and just react to other people's creativity, also known as sniper wolf simps. Did I accidentally give out the home address of an individual I've convinced my fan base is trying to ruin my career? Whoopsie. Is it the class clown? The kid who brings joy?
The whole sniper wolf thing, like, it's like so fucked up, right? I didn't even know what the fuck that was, but it was like news everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck is happening there? And apparently, like, she just went to somebody's house, right? And just like, oh, I didn't know, like, I didn't know I was doing, I don't even know what doxing is. Like, first of all, like, how much million subscriber you have? Like, ignorance at that point is like not some defense. Like, you should have known in the first place. Like, how do you do that? Especially, like, well, I'm pretty sure she has like 20, 30 million subscriber, right? And when you're that kind of a number, you can't just like talk about somebody's house and address. What is wrong with you? Do you know how psychotic people are? You can't give out address like that. That shit is just insane. Putting somebody's just family like in danger, the shit like that. That doesn't, like, that's so fucked up.
Joy and laughter to an otherwise boring geometry class. Willing to take all the punishment from the teacher just to entertain the masses. The OG homie who for a brief moment in time makes you forget about ending yourself. You are lucky to even be in a room with them, you talentless monkey! Is it the gossip queen? Girls whose sole purpose is to talk shit about others. You see, gossip is like currency in high school. And the more life-ending a secret is, the richer you are. Don't believe me? Imagine...
Okay, I like to psychoanalyze thing, and that is also one of the, like, just like the bullying people, overeating, stress eating people. This is also one of those psychological things. People who gossip a lot probably has some kind of an issue at home. So this is more like a coping mechanism. That's one thing I've noticed so far, right? Like some shit is happening in their home, whatever, like, there's like stepfather or some shit, like she misses, mostly she, right? Misses, the own biological father, but now like they're separated. Now there's another father. All the issues at home basically brings out like that, like talking about somebody else's issue, basically gossiping. It just becomes like a coping mechanism.
Finding out Stacy gave a blowy to the basketball coach. Yeah, you don't think you'd have a little power over her life after that? What I'm really saying is we all know mental warfare is worse than physical, right? So in a way, these gossip biddies are mental serial killers. Is it the kid that always uses the term cringe, has no discernible talent, and broadly uses the term cringe for anything he doesn't like? You know, the kid that doesn't take any creative risks and just shits over other people's hard work?
I have a dream!
Ugh, cringe. Is it the overdosers? The kids with dark circles under their eyes.
Okay, what was the like Key and Peele skit? Or when he says just noise, this is something similar to that. Like, that's all you do, just say noise.
Slowly developing Parkinson's. Only talents are finding a vein and sharing with others. Is it the token black kid? You know, the one black kid in an all-white school? Has to deal with people saying he's not black enough or acts too white. Mom is a pharmacist for CVS and dad gets angry sometimes. Is it the Adderall junkies? The kids that were given a 50 milligram stimulant because their parents were too lazy to talk to them. Eyes look like they popped E, can't stop going to the bathroom, doesn't hide when there's a school shooter because they're too busy focusing on the sweat bead going down Miss Sullivan's chest. Is it tech support? The kid you go to whenever you get viruses in your computer from watching...
Seriously, how big of an issue like school shooting and things are in the US? Like, how much fear is there? Because obviously I can't even process right now, like being in school and having this kind of a fucking issue where you're constantly in fear. They actually tell you different drills to do, right? Like there's like a occasional thing where they do drills, like what to do. This is so insane to me, man. School is like one of those things like, okay, we are in the phase where we don't have to worry about the real world. We're literally kids and we are in school, right? Until we graduate and basically do shit in real world, get married, and basically until then you're just a kid, right? Like being kid is one of the safety net things. And at that point, like you have to actually worry about this kind of a fucked up thing. It's just like, I don't even know how people cope. That is so insane. People might even have anxieties. I hear that, homeschooling is just rising ridiculously. Of course it does, right? But nobody does anything and this just become a thing. Like you hear about like every few months, every year. Right now, nowadays, before I wasn't even hearing it. Now every few months, like there's a news about that, and at least once a year about school or something. Like what the fuck?
Too much Teen Titans corn.
Yo, you really like Starfire, don't you?
Listen, how about you fix my computer before I have to explain to my sister what post-nut clarity is? Is it the rich kid who doesn't think he's rich, drives a brand new BMW to school?
If you don't want post-nut clarity, I guess have some vitamin B6, right? P5P, right? That would like lessen it. Don't ask me how I know.
Tries to relate to your problems, but is so out of touch with the struggle, that he just comes off as pretentious.
Dude, I think I have to go back to the foster home.
Bro, give me a sec. I'm fighting Vin Diesel if he was the size of a baby. Woo! This AI stuff is getting wild. Is it the prankster? The kid that releases 3 pigs into school with the numbers 1, 2, and 4 on them, just for the lols? Is it the kids who always talk
the
in
old city
internet slang?
kids?
No cap. Bro be simping over my drip.
That boomer just be jelly that your Riz be fire, fam.
You know, you both use a lot of lingo from not getting lit.
Oh my god. Okay, I thought he's just saying like 1, 2, 4 for the OCD. Like, why is it 4? Why is it not 3? But I guess it's to fuck with people. Like, there must be a 3 if there is a 4. Trying to endlessly find and there is no pig. Is that it? What the fuck? That's a psychological warfare right there.
Is it the smart kid who never applies himself? Brags how he aces every exam despite never studying. Thinks life is going to be as easy as high school, but falls into a deep depression by age 23. Develops a substance abuse problem and eventually realizes ignorance is bliss. Is it the ghost? And
Oh
no,
my god, that is so true. The problem with overly smart people is that they are overly smart. They are not gonna watch cat videos and chill and drink something like coffee or beer or whatever. They're not gonna be happy with that shit. Problem with life like that is like you need something all the time. There is a higher chance of depression, right? Like, if you're too overly smart, shit like that happens a lot. Like, you're not gonna be, let's just chill, man. That's not in your dictionary. You need something to stimulate your intelligence, like all the time. Watching a shitty movie Netflix might actually make you feel worse. So you're like, I'm never watching this again. That's horrendous, right? Well, look at the concept of Sherlock Holmes, that TV show Sherlock, with, who was that, like, what's his fucking name? Like, cucumber type name, I forgot that. That basically Doctor Strange. Right, his show, like in that they actually capture that, like how he can never be at rest because of this. That's why he need cases all the time. That is so fucking true. Like the people who are not depressed mostly are like not too smart because they can actually chill out. They can actually sit and be happy with whatever they have in the first place. There are many different versions of, like people who can never happy with something. They always want something that's different. People like us are too intelligent, like never be happy for something that's below whatever their threshold is. All this shit is too insane.
I'm not talking about the secretly racist kid. I'm talking about the kid who's always disappearing from school, only showing up when there's a test, pizza party, or fight. Since Stacy is pregnant, does that make this a 2-on-1? Is it the screw-ups? The kids that are always screwing up their lives. All the opportunities in the world, and their brain is like, time to ruin this. Is it the wildlife enthusiast? Spends most time outdoors, thinks shaving is unnatural, feeds wild deer around campus, secretly hopes to get humped to death by a dolphin. I'm just glad you're happy. Is it the horned-up athlete, who you're pretty sure joined the wrestling team, so he has an excuse to get handsy? You want to call him out, but you're too afraid of being labeled a bigot, even though you're pretty sure ball tickling isn't a pin technique. Is it my first couple? You know the 2 kids that are mainlining the most powerful drug of all? Love. Nothing will make a person dumber than being in love. Rationality is not blowing you, so it's out the window.
In high school, that's the worst. They think that they're doing something better than everybody, just basically ruining vibe of everything, right? They basically like Call of Duty, but suddenly they don't, apparently. That's one of the worst shit ever. Like phonies, basically. They turn into phonies. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's the first people you kick out of whatever, like, your circle. Get the fuck out of here.
At first, you'll think these kids are cute, but very quickly move to, get off my fucking locker! Oh, Becky, you could at least wipe first. Is it the kid who's cool with everyone, but close to no one? They're like trash cans. They're everywhere, but no one ever thinks about them. Is it the letdowns? The kids you think have your back, when really, they got their own problems to worry about. So those are all the worst types of kids in high school.
God.
If you like this
Oh, why did you make that joke, man? Oh, offending everybody again, but too soon, man. Then again, offending everybody.
madness, check out my other worst kids in high school video, where I go even harder.
Why is he have 2?
You're gonna have to take one if you want to make it.
So he offended people with OCD as well here by having same title 2 videos. That's how intense he is.
I love it when you cry.
Okay. So there you go, people. Offending everywhere. Literally everybody, even the reaction channels. So yeah, that was a good one, right? Love to just have a mention. I don't know. Yeah. But then again, it was like mostly about, who the fuck is her name? I even forgot the name. Something that, the doxing one, right? But yeah, reaction channels in general. So he literally offending everyone. This is an art. This man has an art. Offending everybody takes an art and he has it. Like I said, even he offended people that have OCD by having the same title in 2 videos. Like, what the fuck? There you go. I love this. I love everything about this. He's like, I'm pretty, like, he has just like, he's been on this YouTube platform for what, less than a year. He has like a 320,000 subscriber. He's gonna grow fast. This is one of the insane shit. This is gonna be, I'm hoping this is gonna be something like a oversimplified level of shit, right? Where he's like, in few years, it probably is like multi-million subscriber, because this is really good. But I'm hoping that YouTube stays chill until then, right? This could go either way. It depends on the, YouTube with the green leaves. It depends on that. But this is really good concept. All right, people. If you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time.